Hello, hello. This is Tabitha going live one more time for the I don't know how many times in a row. But what I'm really thinking about, let's not look at this poor soul here. What I'm really thinking about today is, oh gosh, consistency. I have an issue with consistency, and it's just another reason that I'm doing these live videos every day because I need more consistency in my life. So I thought I would do an art journal page around that, and and just sort of introduce you to my art journal practice if you're not familiar. Now, there's a zillion ways to do art journaling, I'm pretty sure, but I do it my way. And I have a group that meets every Thursday evening, and everyone does it their way, but sort of based on the topics and prompts that I give them. Not sort of, definitely based on those. So before I get started, I just wanted to share this, which is something I was working on the live Zoom the other day, and I don't think it's quite finished, but I did work on it some more, and that was really fun and interesting. I kind of like where it's going, so we'll see where it ends up. So the question is then, is this an art journal page? And I would say not. Even though it's in this book that I have a lot of art journal pages in, I would say this is just a piece of art that I did while talking on Zoom. So what makes an art journal page an art journal page then? For me, it's deliberate, and it's on a topic, and it includes writing. For me, it doesn't include writing for everyone else, but everyone in my group anyway, it definitely includes the topic and thinking about the topic and doing art around the topic, whatever that means to them. So my topic today that I've given myself is consistency, and I wrote down I created some journal prompts and wrote about consistency here ahead of time, so you don't have to sit here and watch me writing. And by the way, if you are out there watching me live, please say hello. And if you have any questions, just jump in with any questions. And if you're watching, you might be watching the video and thinking it's live, so don't worry if I don't answer you. I'll get back to you when I see the question on there. So I wrote about consistency here, and my idea is to do a collage of a tree, because trees are very consistent. They grow, and their growth is slow. Most trees, not all trees, but they grow slowly and steadily and consistently. So that's what I'm going to create here. And if I gave this topic to my group, everyone would do something different. Probably no one else would do a tree. Who knows? But this is what is so beautiful about it. And the challenge is that we have a very short amount of time, and I have an even shorter amount of time here, but my goal is not to finish it during this session because I actually have my art journaling group meeting in 20 minutes. So I'm not going to go for that long. So what I like to do for this is I'm going to use strips of magazine, and I'm looking for magazines with lots of words. Usually I look for images, but today it's words. And if you're going to do this, make sure that you look on both sides and you don't use an image that you think you're going to want to use someplace else. So I'm just going to pull a couple of images out. And it's great if you can find an article on what you are journaling about if you're doing this sort of thing, because then those words will go into your art as well. So I wrote in the description of this video, art for art's sake, art for to keep your hands busy. I don't even remember what I wrote. Art to learn, art to grow. there's no bad reason to do art. As long as you're doing it, it doesn't even matter why you're doing it. But it does all those things. It's very helpful. It's a great pastime. It helps you grow. And if you're doing art journaling the way I am with topics and prompts, it helps you learn a bit about yourself. And actually, I think once I post this, I'll put the prompts in the comments, or let me know if you want me to send them to you. You can DM if I forget, because it's not going to happen right away. But it's really good, and my sessions are to challenge. They're challenging. We have an hour and a half to create an art journal page. And of course, people can work on them afterwards, between sessions, whatever you want to do. But if I can, I like to get them done during the session. So I think that generally, when I'm creating art, I'm learning about myself one way or the other, because when you do art, you are faced with yourself. You are faced with your stuff, your brain, your mind, And I know some people play loud music. They probably don't want to face their mind. And I know if I'm avoiding art, I'm avoiding myself. All right, I'm just going to go with what I've got here. So that's something to think about. If you're avoiding doing art, what are you avoiding? Why are you avoiding it? Especially if it's something you love to do. All right, so I like to tear with this metal ruler. It really makes things go quickly. And I like to tear in the direction of the writing for this particular project. I like some of the words to be in there. But this paper is old and frail. So it's not tearing quite as well. I'd like it a bit thinner too. That's okay. So I'm curious, anyone who is watching, and there is someone out there watching, hello, whoever you are. I can't tell who you are unless you say hello or leave a comment. 2 people. 2 people. I've got 2 viewers. Hello, everyone. Why do you do art if you do art? What do you get from it? What is the thing that gets you to create art? Do you feel like you need to create art? I used to really get that when I was in my late 30s, probably. I would get antsy if I wasn't creating art. And I would get really just annoyed and short with the person I was married to. And sometimes he would say, listen, you just need to go to your studio, go make some art. And I'd get so mad at him, but he was right. I did really just need to go paint. These days, I don't think that happens because I make so much art, because I do this for a living. I am making art several times a week. If I'm not doing it with students, then I'm doing it to create classes, to create art for a show. I just create a lot, which doesn't mean that I don't want to avoid it sometimes. I definitely avoid it sometimes, but this is why it's super good to have a regular something that you do. A regular group with people to create art, or a meetup that you go to, or class, something, because it reserves the time, and if you're paying for it especially, it will get you there. And I have 2 groups like that maybe more actually, if you consider my book club classes. But my Tuesday night open paint session where everyone does their own thing, and my Thursday evening art journaling sessions where you have a prompt and that guides you. And then once you have the prompt, you can do anything you want, which, you know, might be intimidating to some people, but you can't go wrong with it is the thing. So I should have painted this first and then let it dry, but that's okay. I'm just going to throw some watercolor down just to get some color on there. Oops. And always move your drink to your non-dominant hand side. Glad I caught that. So for this, I don't have a plan. That's how I roll. And there's no right or wrong with art. You can have a plan if you want. I like to jump in there and see what happens. Worst case, I don't like it. So sometimes with a project like this, I would just start gluing the paper to the page. But in this case, I think I want to just get some paint down. And the thing about paint, especially if you're working in acrylics, now these are watercolors, but I can still layer over these if I want to. So nothing has to ever be exactly as it is. Just because I'm putting this paint down doesn't mean it's going to stay this way. So, consistency. I like to say, and should stop saying it because it's, you know, fighting for my limitation. But I say I am consistent only in my inconsistency. So I'm going to stop that and start doing some better self-talk around consistency and look for what I am consistent with, because I'm definitely consistent with some things. Just focusing on the wrong things. All right, 10 minutes before art journaling. So you know, if you are a consistent person, if you tend to be consistent with things and disciplined, tell me, please, how you do it. Do you have any tricks, any hacks? Were you born this way? Were you raised that way? Did you have to overcome something to get that way? I would love, love, love to know. Because I'm looking for help. So I'm really, honestly, a fan of just slopping watercolor paint on. I have a watercolor class online that I taught, and I started by saying I'm not a watercolorist. There are people who paint very fine, detailed paintings in watercolor, and that ain't me. I say, slob it on there, sister. Make a mess. Let the colors run. Do some layers. See what happens. It's not very consistent, is it? Ooh, this is interesting. This is the stuff that happens when I paint. I start thinking about it, especially if I have a topic. And that makes me think that inconsistency isn't always bad. I just need to be consistent in some areas. I like my watercolors to be inconsistent. And you know what? This is a good first layer. So I tore those up and didn't use them today, and that's okay. I'll finish this tomorrow on tomorrow's live. So if you have anything you'd like me to discuss or demonstrate, talk about, I would love some ideas on what you would like to see on this series. Please let me know. Are you having any issues with your supplies, or if you don't know what to paint or how to do certain techniques? Let me know. I'm here. I don't know everything, but I have been painting for half my life, for 30 years. So I do have a bunch of information about a lot of stuff. Or maybe I should say a little information about a lot of stuff relating to art and creativity. Not necessarily a lot of other things. All right, so this is it. I'm done for today with this particular page. I will come back tomorrow, probably about the same time tomorrow, to finish it up. If you want to tune in, and if you'd like me to let you know when I'm going live, leave a comment and I will send you a message. Hi, 3 people, whoever you are, hello out there. Okay, so I'm signing off. We'll be back tomorrow. Oh, this is it. If you are interested in joining my art journaling sessions, your first session is free. So we are meeting today 6 minutes. It's probably too late for anyone to join in that. But if you want to, leave me send me a DM real quick. I'll send you a link. Like I said, first session is free. And that's how I get you hooked. There are worse things to be hooked on than art. Okay, have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.